Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. Somehow I never get tired of that long-winded introduction. But anyways, yeah, welcome back. Last episode, we were working on, this, our steel machine, which currently is off. And I'll get to that in a second, but works pretty well, well enough anyways. So we made this steel machine we want a lot of steel so we can make solar panels. Solar panels are going to allow us to make more power, which we're going to do an experiment. We'll get to that in a little bit. To get more UU matter so that we can get more iridium. We need like 5,000 iridium. We have less than 100. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. So all that being said, I figured out and was able to fix the problem making the drawer controller. Last episode we ended off having some issues with that, and from what I can tell, if you have the same issues playing this mod pack, the issue was, for whatever reason, while all of the drawers are... So let's pull it up. Let's pull up the drawer controller. You get a little bit of a preview of what we're going to get to. So the drawer controller, even though it says that it's any basic drawer, and everything, the stone comparators, the diamond chipset, you'd think that it could be any drawer. I reloaded the scripts that change all the recipes and all that kind of fun stuff, and didn't have any luck. So I tried the 2x2 drawers, and that worked. So I'm assuming we just have to use 2x2 drawers. That's the only thing I can figure. So we got the drawer controller over here, and was having issues getting items out fast enough, so I did that, because this is fully upgraded, and all of these machines are fully upgraded. And yeah, I had to bring its own power supply over, so I just grabbed one of the culinary generators. We're fine on power. Like, we're not actually losing any power whatsoever. These guys are keeping up with all of our demands. They're all running, but that's fine. But yeah, so I had to do all that, and that's not that big of a deal. Wow, we have a lot of netherrack. That's good. That means a lot of draconium. I've been AFKing for the past few hours, just because I went and ate dinner, and all that kind of stuff. So how are we doing on... we have 82 draconium ore dust things. We do actually have a good bit of draconium, so that is nice. And this is still producing draconium as well. But yeah, so what I had run into is putting this on the main power line drained everything else. Our applied logistics system was turning off, not because we don't have enough power. We have plenty of power, but because these guys don't transfer enough power. And it was just having issues. So I set it up with its own little system. We just feed it extreme chili whenever we want to run it, and that's it. Now this machine has done pretty good, but I had a handful of saplings, the mega rubber saplings, and you might have noticed this piece of dirt floating over here. I went ahead and grew 3 of those. And put an inventory's worth of iron in here, and we now have a lot of charcoal able to be made, so we can use the refined iron from there as well. And we currently have almost 2,000 refined iron, so pretty good if I do say so. So what we should be able to do is make the advanced solar panel, which it just needed another 600 iron, and yeah, that's kind of step 1 of today. So something we're going to do, we're going to automatically make MFSUs, and the reason is I think there is a way to speed this guy up, and it's a little cheaty. It's not supposed to work the way this is why I have that off. It's not actually supposed to work the way it does, But I've heard rumors that Industrial Craft, the version of Industrial Craft 2 that's in this, it's an experimental version. I don't know if it actually says that or not. No, it doesn't. Is broken. There's a lot of config file things and all that kind of stuff that's changed. So what we're going to do, first of all, is teach the system how to make MFSUs. And I've already got all the materials together, so we can do that pretty easily. And I want to make a few of these. Now, how many I think we're going to make? Let's make 4. Let's be a little bit conservative. Let's make 4 for now. This is going to take a little bit of time. It requires a lot of redstone chipsets. That's going to take some time. But all things considered, it'll just kind of craft. And we can kind of talk about what's going to happen. Something I want to look into. This guy. I'm going to assume that we can probably steal these. And not really care. Let's grab this. And yeah, we're gonna rearrange some stuff down here. We're also gonna want some HV wire connectors with the HV wire, and we're gonna want some large cobblestone tiles, which I believe I have. So let's break this, and I don't want to break that MFSU or anything. Let's kind of reorganize this just a little bit. Okay, so that is still seeing this guy. We can move it over 1 if we wanted to, but I think just kind of making this a little bit nicer will be good. Alright, so that is cleaned up a little bit. We're going to want to go make some more of these HV wire connectors. We're going to need 6 more. And then we're going to need more HV wire. Okay, we have 4 more and a little bit more wire. So let's get that next. And what we're going to be doing is actually kind of cool. So clay. I actually don't have that much clay. So I don't know for sure how much of this is going to work. And I don't know how efficient it's going to be, but we'll find that out soon enough. So, the whole thing that this revolves around is how Industrial Craft handles item transfer. And that is the weird thing. It's actually a really weird thing, because it doesn't... So, if we look at like this type of power, the Flux Ducts are all on... transfer rates and RF per tick. So for example, if we look at, I think, conduits, they're all the energy conduits. So the Ender IO energy conduits have a max output of 640 RF per tick. That means that they transfer 640 RF per tick. And it's, I don't know if it's every connection or whatever, or if it's just that cable. I think it's per connection. So if it's connected to like 3 machines, it can transfer 640 per machine. I could be very wrong on all of this, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. It's kind of my understanding, but the RF transfer is kind of how you would expect it. If you think about like machines transferring power and all that. You know, can we make 2 more lasers? That's kind of bothering me. Let's make some lasers. After we make our wire connectors. We only need 2 right now. So RF is kind of natural in that sense. But Ic2 Power Transfer is really kind of weird. So what do we need for this? We need diamantine. We need more diamond electrodes. So that's just 5 diamonds. We need 10 diamonds and some redstone, which we actually don't have that much of currently. And then just a piece of sand will work. And we can just do that in here. And that will cook up. And we'll have our diamond things and everything will be fine. So, yeah, there is some weirdness with it all. That will be enough. We only need 4. Okay. So there is some weirdness with how Ic2 transfers. So the way it works is this machine, the MFE, outputs 500... that's not good. It outputs 512 EU per tick. And what that means is, well, exactly what you think. It transfers... Well, okay. Let me clarify. What's the gold down here for? Oh, it's gonna be turned into wires. Okay. So let me kind of clarify that. So this outputs 512 EU per tick, and that energy is sent in packets. So it sends out 512 EU to the machines, and the machines receive 512 EU. Now, it doesn't matter how much energy we pump into this thing, it's only going to transfer 2,000 EU per tick, because it only sends per packet. And so if we want more energy to this guy, what we can do is have more of these. And if we power those with solar panels, basically, that will just send, rather than just having one set of 2048 EU per tick, it'll send, let's do 4, we'll get 5 times that much in total. So it'll be, well, 4 extra, so it'll be like 10,000 EU per tick. And then we can expand that outward, and the hope is that it will, well, give us a ton more power. Now, here is the catch, and this is where the mod is broken, from what I've heard, because I looked into this a little bit. Hey, we have another advanced solar. Cool. We're going to want to make, like, so we have 3. We're going to want, like, 5 more of these. Redstone electrotine. Okay. We'll get to that later. So, do we have any MFSUs? No, they're still crafting. They're going to take a while. Which is why we're getting the lasers, which this should be done with. Perfect. Turn it off. We'll get the lasers, and that will help a little bit. We're only going to make 2, though. So, actually, I want the redstone. Where is it? Right here. The Flux Ducts. So, the catch is the cable that we use. So I like using the glass fiber cables. Turns out we don't actually need to, but these have 8,192 EU per tick. That's how much they can handle, and I believe that's total. Can we sleep? Yay, we can sleep. Yeah, I've been AFK for a while. But yeah, so these can handle 8,000. So if we look at another type of cable, the copper cable can handle 128 EU per tick. Now, common sense would say that if we tried to put a copper cable on this, it would burn up and it would get destroyed. That is not actually the case. The wire destruction, and I think even the machines blowing up, is turned off. But I'm honestly not going to test that. The wires, I don't care as much, but the machines, yeah, not going to do that. So, what this would mean in reality is this can only handle 8,000 EU per tick. So if we had 5 of these, it can only actually hold 4. I think, does math? Yes, that is math. So you could have 4 MFSUs on this. If we put a 5th, it would theoretically burn out the cable. But that's not going to be the case. It shouldn't be the case. But that's fine. We can handle that. So what we're gonna do, I guess we can go ahead and prep this just a little bit. So we're gonna have the things here. MFSUs are gonna be here, which means we'll need the HV wire connector there, and then we're gonna have to extend this block at least 2, and we'll put torches on the ends once we're ready for that. But for now, we'll put them there. So theoretically, let's just test something. If we put this here and put that there, and then if we put that there, can that connect? Okay, it can. No problem. So theoretically, if we have, let's just use cobblestone for now. We have these here. It's actually going to be there. Then we'll have the wire connectors here. Yeah, we're going to need to go out another block. That's not a problem, though. So we'll get this. And then let's go ahead and turn our magnet back on. Let's get this side as well. And so we can at the very least get, so MFSUs. Then the next row is going to be the next 2 is then like here. Believe so. And then that will be on this block. Oops. No. I'm confused. Man, let's just wait until we get the stuff, and then we'll set that up. So, I think it's going to take a little bit of time. It'd be nice if we get 1, but it doesn't look like that. Yeah, unfortunately, the slowdown is going to be the redstone chipsets. What I could always do, it's not going to actually help. These are not going too slowly, so I mean, obviously, more lasers. You get 5 more lasers, it'd be 5 times more faster. That's how that works, right? So let's grab some more lasers and see diamonds. It's not like we don't have plenty of diamonds for now. Obviously, we're going to need a lot of resources for making energy cells, but once we get the energy cells, then we send out a bunch of connections to a bunch of different MFSUs, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else to say about that, you know? We just use that energy to duplicate more energy. Let's grab some sand. And hopefully it'll be as easy as that sounds, but it'll probably take a long time for me. Shouldn't be too bad for you guys because I'm going to try to do a lot of this prepping. Unfortunately, a lot of my series at this point are going to be literally sit and wait, and I don't have the time to do that. I want to play other things. I want to do other things. I need to use my computer for other things. So, yeah, we might, I don't know. I still need to go back and finish other series. Oh, man. It's always a struggle to figure out some of these series just because of what we need to do and how long it takes to do that. Really annoying. But, oh well. So this will be done in just a second. We'll get, hopefully, 3 more lasers. Actually, yeah, there's 2. Yeah, that's 3 more lasers. Easily. 1, 2, 3. We put down something like that, and it'd be nice if we could get just 1 MFSU, but it still might take a little bit of time. So yeah, that's going really fast. It's getting what, 1,000 RF per tick. I mean, I guess there's 5, 18. There's 25 lasers, so cool. And they need 10,000, so it's 10 ticks. Or no, they need 100,000, so it's 100 ticks. So that's not too bad. 20 ticks per second. It's like 5 seconds each. But it's still going to take some time. So I will tell you guys what. I will come back once all of the MFSUs are made. And we'll get this set up. And then we'll kind of do a little bit of an experiment. So we can see just how quickly we get UU matter. So we're going to do a little bit of an experiment to see how quickly it goes. And hopefully nothing blows up. That's a concern. Also, fragments. Iridium shards are a thing. Anyways, this guy is still not... I'm going to have to also make sure that we get... I hate it when it does that. Okay. I wish I really need to fix that entire system, but... what you gonna do about it? Anyways, at this point, it's not worth it for me to go fix. But yeah, so I will come back once the MFSUs are done, and we'll see how much of a difference it makes. So be back in a little bit. Alrighty then, so that did not take too long. One thing I kind of forgot about is we need a lot of redstone, right? Especially if we want to make another advanced solar panel. It's mostly redstone that we're missing. Glass is fine, we have a glass factory. Steel is actually not too bad. It's going to require some steel to be made, but I might actually just throw in a bunch of iron every once in a while, cut down a giant tree every once in a while. I might try to go find some more saplings as well, but an electrotine is something that we're actually getting a lot of. So I did a couple things. One thing that I did to kind of help with the redstone is redistributed the fortune upgrades, focused more on the dust than anything else. But then I also remembered, hey, I have a witch farm, which I'm going to turn off for now. But we can spawn witches, and witches will give us redstone as well. So something I need to kind of remember. Anyways, we have the MFSUs, all 4 of them. I forgot they don't stack, so we have to take them one at a time. And now we get to do the experiment. So hopefully this doesn't destroy my entire base. Also, this is still having issues, and I will be honest, I went and watched TV for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I might manually make some of the uranium. Let's see, can I make like... If I tell it to make like 200 enriched fuel, just do that, and hopefully it works. I'll check it later. I'll make sure that works after we get done with this episode. But that would explain things. Alright, so what we're gonna have is we're gonna have the MSFUs. So we have 4 of them, and I gotta remember how this works. So output is the dot. So we're going to want these situated so that they are outputting to here. And they should all be the same. And then we're going to have them connected. And we could make this a little bit more space efficient if we wanted to redstone. So redstone goes here. Not there. One more. So something like this. And what we'll do is we're actually going to disconnect those 2 so that they don't interfere with each other. And I only have 3 solar panels right now, so we're going to get these. And for the time being, we're going to let these connect. And the idea here is if we connect this to this, these should start getting power quite rapidly during the day. And we'll do the same thing here. And I'm going to fix this real quick. And then this is expandable. The problem that we're going to run into is we don't want to cover up these solar panels. And in fact, I think I'm going to take one of those solar panels and move it over there. I don't think that'll be a problem. I have my electric wrench on me. What is... Okay, it's in lossless mode. So let's pick up one of these guys, because these are the ultimate hybrids. Oh, right, I forgot. That was the problem. Okay, we have plenty of that. Right, I forgot. I thought I fixed that. Did I load up a backup? Oh, we still have things in our inventory. Okay. Alright, so that's right. I remember that now. I think I saw that last time, and I thought I fixed it, but I guess I didn't. So having the hybrid connected to here actually connected to this impulse item duct and prevented us from getting those out of there. It sucked up all of the uranium, because these guys have, what is it, like 4 slots for like power. You can put batteries in there. That's kind of the point of it. By the way, these are the ultimate hybrids. They're almost up there. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that. And I'm also going to go ahead and cancel that. And yeah, luckily it probably tried to put stuff in there. But hey, that'll work just fine. Awesome. Okay. Crisis averted. So what I might actually do, and I don't think this really cares. So this is sending in 4,000, and these guys produce how much? 500, or not 4,000, 400. These produce 500. So these solar panels are actually better than the nuclear reactors. But hopefully, no boomy and more power. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there. And actually, you know, we're gonna... Not enough, really. I just wanna... Wow, those are expensive to break. That is really weird. Anyways, we're gonna put the ultimate hybrid there, and that's gonna give us more than enough. We have a couple solar panels. We can turn into the better ones later. Anyways, that's what I wanted to do there. So these guys should have a good bit of power. And obviously, you know, as we get better solar panels, we might even want to do something like this. Whoops. Something like this and have an array. And we could honestly stack these vertically. I don't think they interfere. I might want to look into that. I want to make sure that they don't try to transfer power between each other. But we can't go any farther this way. So if we want to expand it, expanding it up might be the best bet for us. And then we just get more solar panels and all that kind of stuff. We can make basically a solar farm. But yeah, these guys will produce a good amount of power, and these guys collect it. So what we can do, let's take a look, and hopefully this doesn't blow up anything. I put this so that it is directly over that wire. And so if we take a look, this is about how fast it is. It's when it gets the amplifier, it does about 20% in about 2 seconds, and it gets one pretty often. But otherwise, if it's not getting any amplifiers, which we can turn that off for just a moment, and we'll just kind of do this raw, like without anything. it gets about it gets about a percentage every half a second to a second. So here's the question: what happens? Please don't blow up. Okay. Yeah, that is gonna make my life a little bit easier. Now the problem is obviously gonna be this. These guys are going to run out of power. We're gonna need more solar panels. But I can just make a bunch of these. Can we make some more solar panels? Let's see. Let's make actually yes, resonant are good. So let's make like 4 of these. And we can do that pretty easily. And then basically as we kind of go, I'm going to take these off and put the better ones on. And eventually, same with this. But we can just basically have a power farm, an energy farm of solar panels. And yeah, that's going to take some time, because it's going to craft 17,000 iron nuggets, which is not that big of a deal. But it'll start making things and doing all the work. It's not too bad. But you can see just how quick this is. And we're not even giving it any amplifiers. So no scrap boxes. So if we turn this on, which, and the time it took, this is going to be really nice for a very short amount of time. It's just going to go crazy. There we go. So it's getting one about every 2 seconds. Granted, it can't keep up with that. So if we improve the recyclers, it can. And that's going to give us a lot more UU matter. And that's going to give us a lot more iridium. So kind of just need to... I'm going to probably make a lot more MFSUs. Get a lot more solar panels. I'll probably fill up most of this area up here. And kind of do a vertical thing for the Flux Ducts. But that will hopefully give us just a lot of UU matter every second. And then getting 1,000 iridium should hopefully take like an hour or so. Rather than a week or so. But yeah, so that is the key. Now typically... this line would blow up. This line is actually getting more than it can handle. And that is kind of where the bugginess of the experimental, Ic2 experimental, which is what this mod pack uses. It might also be a config file thing. I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning is for it, but this glass fiber cable should burn up because it's receiving 512, 512, 512, 512, oh, no, not 512, 2,000. Let's just say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,000. RF, roughly. And this glass fiber cable should only be able to handle, well, 8,000. So it should only be able to handle 4 of those. But theoretically, we can pump as much power as we want through this, and it doesn't matter, because it will never burn up. So yeah, that's the good thing. The bad part about this is we just need to kind of constantly sleep, and with my magnet on, it's gonna mess with all the items in the assemblers, but that's fine. They're not real items, they're just ghost items. So yeah, this is gonna help considerably. Now the other question is, is this handling? Yeah, more than enough. In fact, I could probably run this power line over here and power these guys, but there's no real reason to. The only thing is I might want to make, I have the 2 cobblestone generators. We could always make more, try to get more overclockers. There's another upgrade. What is it? It's the energy storage, which helps with... So yeah, energy storage would help with giving this enough energy to kind of handle. But each of these is getting like 500 and I wish I knew exactly how much power it was using, but there is a way actually to see sorta. What is that thing called? Is it just the EU reader? No. What is it called? I feel like it's a reader. Yeah. Oh, it's hyphenated. Okay. Can we make one of these? So this is just a glowstone circuit. We can make a circuit. And then we're going to need some extra wires, copper cables, whatever. Let's make like 20 of those. It's good to have them. So that will get done here soon. It's almost done. It's got like 4,000 more. But yeah, this is annoying to make, but it's actually not that bad too. It's making copper wires, evidently. But yeah, so this whole system that we have. I want to get back up. I thought I was a little farther over. This whole system with the MFSUs, getting power from solar panels, and obviously they can't keep up. So we're going to need more solar panels, hence why I'm making more. And eventually we'll have plenty. But the whole kind of idea behind this of sending a lot of power through one cable can also be applied to this guy. The only difference is this guy doesn't care. So like we can just, honestly, if we have an excess of power up here, if we can get to the point like this guy, actually he's empty too. If we can get to the point where we're producing, I guess we need to produce the 2048. I guess we could have kept that connection, but there's no real need to. But if we can get to the point where we're producing the 2048 EU per tick, any excess, if we can supply it basically, so this would send out that amount. If we can make more than that, we could just move our molecular transformer up here and just attach it like right here where this torch is, and presumably make things really quickly. It would theoretically work the same way. So that is an idea. Something we'll look into later if we need to. Currently we have 105 Cenarium. We're going to need a lot of Cenarium. Let's actually take a look real quick. So if we want 9 of these, we're going to need what? 704 enriched Cenarium, which requires 700 more, almost 800 Cenarium and almost 7,000 Cenarium pieces, which we currently have 2. So I'm making mostly just the Cenarium itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. There's 9. There's 640. Let's keep it at that, and then we'll use Glowstone Dust for the rest of it, because I don't believe Cenarium pieces can only be made, but we can make. Yeah, it might be better to just use the dust. So Glowstone Dust. Let's get that instead, and we'll put that in there. Because, yeah, it makes more sense. Okay. So it's presumably still making one. I think it has like a internal buffer type thing. It uses the item and then it makes it. Anyways, we should be able to make the EU reader now. And kind of take a look at, why is that not auto crafting in? Anyways, EU reader. This is a really cool tool. So So if we look at this energy in, we can see how much average energy, and this works like an actual voltmeter. So it takes a while. You can't measure voltage, like you can't measure. You measure like flowing power, not static power type of thing. So if we look at this, energy in is like 500 EU. If we look here, it's a constant 1.352 thousand EU per tick, which makes sense because these are all static. So 1,000, so we have 840, 13.5, 2, 1,352. That's exactly how much we're producing. And it's always going to be that. And then if we look here, it should be energy outputting is maximum is 8,000. So is it only able to output what? Might not be necessary. It might require us to do more. I don't know. I'll look into it. But that is considerably faster if we can get the power to keep up with that. So if we look at this guy, energy out, it's not quite giving what it could, which is only, it's only doing about half. So this is producing, unfortunately, like, I can't look and see how much, and energy gain, we're obviously losing energy. So more solar panels means more energy. So do we have those done? They are getting close, actually. It's just crafting another, let's see, we've got to make the 1,800 steel nuggets and 3,000 photovoltaic cells, and then everything else should be, it still needs to make a little over 9,000 lead nuggets. Okay, so I'm assuming it's doing it in here. Yeah, so it can only do so many crafts at a time. It can only do 4 crafts. And it's not even doing that because it doesn't need to make the lead yet. Anyways. So yeah, there is some weirdness with this. We could... I don't know if there's any other... Like, if we look at cables, I don't believe there's any better cables than the glass fiber cables. Because even the HV cables are not better. But, yeah, that's just kind of what we have to deal with. And I don't think it matters. The EU reader says it can only have 8,000, but I wonder if that's true or not. Because, like I said, if it goes over that, it's supposed to burn out, but it doesn't. So, who knows? Anyways, is this relatively close? Actually, it's getting there. So, let's talk about kind of what we have left to do. Obviously, I'm going to kill time for this to finish because it's not going to take that much longer, hopefully. And then we can get some more solar panels up here. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. Also, we're going to come over here. And this thing is full of power now, so that's nice. So let's grab some more conduits. I'll put that away because we don't really, or I always say conduits, I mean flux ducts. Redstone energy ones. So if we grab like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, that'll be fine for now. And then, like I said, we can always make more MFSUs if it seems to work, if we can get them all powered. So we still need, I still need to go farm the Ender Dragon. Draconium. One, we should have a bunch of Draconium down here. And we do. So that's what, like 1, 2, 3, 5 stacks. So that's approximately 300-ish. So we have 13,000, and then we have 2 stacks. So this is 9 times. And I'm surprised there's not any more in there. I usually forget about that. So we have a good bit of Draconium. Now, the Draconic... see, we need the capacitors. And I don't even have those taught how to make, really. Where's the energy cell? Draconic flux capacitors. I've not taught the system how to make those. That is a little surprising. So let's try to do that real quick. So obviously we'll need to make, I think it's like 16 of these. And that's something we could actually go ahead and do. We have enough stuff. But we're going to need, let's see, if we need, I think it's 16, right? It's 5, yeah, it's 16. We're going to need 3, so we're going to need like 4, a stack of these. So let's just go from that. And that'll give us a rough estimate of what we need. Seeds. We're going to need some more plutonium. Really? That's a little surprising. A little bit more iridium ore. That's obvious. The dragon hearts. Talked about that. We still need about 4,000 draconium. Ick. Gosh, that is so expensive. This is so disgusting to have to make. But, okay. So we kind of know... I kind of know what we're going to have to deal with. The real problem is going to be just kind of in general getting some of the stuff. So the Draconic evolution, not only is the problem the actual resources that it requires, but more importantly, the energy. It's going to be so expensive on energy because a stack of charged Draconic blocks is not cheap. So that's something that we're going to have to look into. And I might start working on that. Plus, we're going to need a little bit more. I did the actual math. I know. What was it we're going to need in Draconium according to this? And this is kind of rough. Because, yeah, we need 216 plutonium. Currently, we have 130. So that just means run more generators, nuclear reactors. So yeah, that is a thing. I don't think we have any more depleted uranium. But that honestly is not too bad because it's just literally set and wait. Those will all decay eventually. The other thing I can always do is just make a bunch of reactor chambers and potentially find a better design for getting more plutonium. The Cenarium is kind of annoying, and I was wrong on like an order of 10 or, oh no, we need 900 Cenarium. That's right. That's why I was doing that, because it's slightly cheaper. I was confused. Alright, so we need like 900 Cenarium, so we'll get like a little bit of Cenarium pieces. And then let's take all but that much. And we'll let that go. So that will get us the Cenarium eventually. Like I said, we can probably put that up there and get more power. Is our almost. Actually is pretty close. So that's not too bad. What's the Draconium costs that I had? 10,000. Ugh. So much Draconium. And that is a problem. So honestly, because we have about 2,000. So we're about a fifth of the way there. That is not awful, but not great. So is there better ways to get Draconium? Probably not. So Draconium ore, we can't really get. I don't think we get any of that. And I don't know if meteors exist in the end. We do have a lot of diamond ore down here, which is nice. That's something that will come in handy later, because we will need a lot more diamonds. But we're also getting some glowstone, so I'm going to just throw that in here. Why not? So, yeah, we get some extra ores from that. But draconium ore is out of the question, unless we can find a good place to get it. Draconium nuggets don't really exist. Draconium dust, tiny piles. We could crush, but that requires, yeah, that's not a good way. So honestly, I think the way we have to get it is through the broken ore, which is sifting the crushed endstone, or through the nether ore, which is from the crushed netherrack, which we're doing both of. So it's going to be a waiting game. We'll also get some draconium from dragons, killing those, and just kind of in general, we got to just work on it. So you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I've talked too much, and this is going to be some time. Actually, we have one, so we're going to get this guy up here already and get some more power. So I will kind of slowly work on getting more solar panels. You'll start seeing more solar panels. Hopefully by next time, there will be a bunch more. And I think the next thing we need to do, if I can't just kind of wait and get a lot of resources, do we make a reactor factory? I don't like the sound of that. I will come up with something. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. I need to farm draconium, dragons, all that kind of stuff, and we could probably make the flux capacitors soon, but then we're going to need to do it 4 more times, actually 8 more times. But actually, once we get the creative portable tank, things will be a little bit easier. So the other thing we could probably do, and this might be a fun episode, just kind of preparing for the end. How do you spell it? Vajra. The Vajra. We are going to need this thing. And it's actually not that bad, but it's going to be complicated enough. We might take a little bit to make it. But this is an item we're going to need because I believe it's one of the only things that can pick up the creative items. Because typically you're not supposed to be able to place them outside of creative mode. And I don't think that's fixed in this mod pack. So, yeah, we're going to have to make something to break them. We'll look into that, though. So, anyways, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going to be making a little bit more UU matter a little bit faster. We went from 69 to 76 in about an hour of recording and about 2.5 hours of actual episode length. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do. We might make a reactor factory and then use that to, like, I don't know, power something. We'll make a little island or something. So I don't know. We'll figure something out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!